Disney gets us right in the feels.
You sold your soul to me to save your boyfriend's life. And how does this creep thank you? By running off with some babe. He hurt you real bad, didn't he, Meg, huh?
Look, I learned my lesson, okay?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 saddest animated Disney character backstories.
It won't happen again.
We see his type all the time, ma'am. Wrong choices said, and there's losers.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're only looking at backstories that happen before the start of the movie's narrative, or which are told through flashbacks. This means that Bambi's backstory, for example, won't be included. Number 10. Cinderella. Cinderella. This one might have a fairy tale ending, but Cinderella's origins are heartbreaking. After the death of her mother, her doting father remarried. This might have been all well and good if he hadn't died shortly after, leaving poor Cinderella an orphan. His death left her in the care of her new stepmother and in the company of two stepsisters.
Oh yes, and the tapestries, and the draperies.
But I just finished.
Do them again! And don't forget the garden, then scrub the terrace, sweep the halls and the stairs, clean the chimneys, and of course there's the mending and the sewing and the laundry.
Well, we all know how the story goes, but it bears saying that the way these three treated Cinderella is nothing short of child abuse.
Here! Oh, no! Oh, and look, that's my sash wearing my sash. He can't! Oh, God, please stop! And my ribbon!
It's a good thing a fairy godmother comes along, or this movie would be too depressing to watch.
Oh, no! No, please! Oh, you can't do this, you just can't!
Number 9. Louis. Meet the Robinsons.
I have no future. No one wants me.
That's not true, Louis.
My own mother didn't even want me.
Now stop it. You do not know that.
Then why'd she give me up?
Disney has often dealt with stories about kids without parents, and this one stands out as one of the saddest. Louis is a child inventor with an active imagination. The only downside is that his inventions don't always work out quite how he plans, and seem to ruin his chances of being adopted.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know.
It was really nice to meet you. We're gonna need some time to think about it.
After deciding that he has to find the mother who left him at the orphanage as a baby, he invents a device to aid him on his quest. It's a roller coaster of a ride that involves time travel, and it breaks our hearts when Louis doesn't take his opportunity to change the past.
Why'd you just let her go?
Because I already have a family.
Number 8. Nick Wilde. Zootopia.
1. I was never going to let anyone see that they got to me.
And 2?
If the world's only going to see a fox as shifty and untrustworthy, there's no point in trying to be anything else.
Zootopia seemed like a fun movie from the trailers, so we were not prepared when it came at us with some insightful stories about what it's like to be stereotyped and ostracized for something you can't control. When we meet Nick, he's a con man, but as the movie progresses, we find out that there is much more to him than meets the eye. As he and Judy bond, we learn that he was bullied as a child by other kids because he was a fox and a predator, meaning that they could not trust him.
What did I do wrong, you guys know? Please tell me what did I do wrong? What did I do?
If you thought we would ever trust a fox without a muzzle, you're even dumber than you look.
Disney doesn't shy away from teaching its audience a lesson, and this one really made us reflect on the prejudices of the world.
So no matter what type of animal you are, from the biggest elephant to our first fox, I implore you, try. Try to make the world a better place.
Number 7. Bing Bong. Inside Out.
We were best friends.
Yeah, it's sad.
There are few things sadder than the melancholic nostalgia of realizing you no longer love something from your childhood. Inside Out takes a look into the mind of Riley, a young girl dealing with life's issues, and the journey leads us to meet Bing Bong, Riley's old imaginary friend. Long forgotten by her, he wanders around her mind, collecting his favorite happy memories, until he meets joy and sadness and finds a new mission in helping them get back to headquarters. He is lonely, made obsolete by time, and Riley growing up.
What are you doing out here?
Well, there's not much call for imaginary friends lately, so,
He's a fantastic character who makes us reminisce about our own long-lost imaginary friends.
Take her to the moon for me, okay?
Number 6, Lilo, Lilo and Stitch.
I'll remember you, though. I remember everyone that leaves.
Lilo and Stitch promised us a fun alien-filled romp through Hawaii. We didn't expect to cry. Lilo lives with her older sister, and it's obvious that there is some tragedy in their past.
I like you better as a sister than a mom.
Yeah?
And you like me better as a sister than a rabbit, right?
Oh.
We have no idea what happened until a sad Lilo, empathizing with the destructive Stitch, mentions that her parents were out driving on a rainy night.
It was rainy, and they went for a drive.
It's a blink and you'll miss it moment, but for those of us who can put 2 and 2 together, it's a moment that has us reaching for a box of tissues every time. And there were even more tears when we realized that's why Lilo feeds Pudge, the fish she thinks can control the weather.
Why is this so important?
Pudge controls the weather.
Number 5, Todd, the Fox and the Hound. Todd, a young fox, and one of the stars of this 1981 movie, has one hell of a backstory. Orphaned as a baby, the other forest animals rally and organize for him to be adopted by Widow Tweed, a sweet old lady with a heart of gold. But as Todd grows older, Widow, tearful and sad, is forced to release him back into the wild.
Goodbye may seem forever, farewell is like the end, but in my heart's a memory, and there you'll always be.
The Fox and the Hound is widely regarded as one of the most heartbreaking movies Disney has ever released. And when you're already crying at the beginning, you should probably be able to guess that you'll need to hold on to that box of tissues for the rest of the movie. Number 4, Carl Fredricksen, Up.
You can take us there in a blimp. Swear you'll take us. Cross your heart. Cross it? Cross your heart. Good, you promised. No backing out.
How Pixar managed to fit one of the most absolutely heartbreaking backstories into a movie about a house being lifted up by balloons is a credit to its team of writers. The first 5 minutes of Up are notorious for making even the most stoic among us shed a tear. Carl meets Ellie when they are young, and the two grow up together and end up married. Their marriage is beset by difficulties, like learning that they are unable to have children. They have a long and happy life together until Ellie's death. Without this backstory, we would never know what makes Carl so determined to get his house up to the top of that waterfall.
It's so beautiful. We made it. We made it. Russell, we can float right over there.
Number 3, Dory, Finding Dory.
Did I forget again?
No, sweetie, it's okay.
No biggie, Cupcake.
What if I forget you? Would you ever forget me?
When we met her in Finding Nemo, Dory was a funny, albeit forgetful companion to Marlin, serving as someone to offset all the tragedy in his life with some levity.
I don't believe this.
No, it's true. I forget things almost instantly. It runs in my family. Well, I mean, at least I think it does. Where are they? Can I help you?
We don't learn much about her until the sequel, where the story focuses on who she is and where she came from. Spoiler alert, it's a tearjerker.
Hi, I'm Dory. Can you please help me?
What? Honey, you just said that.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I suffer from short-term memory loss.
It's an adventure that takes us down Dory's fragile memory lane, and we learn about her past and who her parents are. In typical Pixar fashion, it gives us the tough stuff before it gives us the happy ending. And despite sobbing our way through, it was definitely worth it.
Hello. I'm
Dory! Oh, my baby! Let me look at you. I'm never letting you go again.
It's you.
Number 2, Jessie, Toy Story 2.
No, can't go. I can't do storage again. I just can't.
Jessie.
I won't go back in the dark.
What's the matter? What's wrong with her?
It might seem strange that a toy wants to spend the rest of its days locked up in a museum, but the more we learn about Jessie, the more her motivations make sense.
When somebody loved me, everything was beautiful. Every hour spent together.
In a song that we can't listen to without getting choked up, we learn that she was once abandoned by her owner.
When she loved me.
When you consider that being an exhibit means people will always be coming to see you, it makes sense that Jessie has a one-track mind about getting herself to Japan. And unlike Lotso, whom we feel sorry for until we learn more about him, Jessie's backstory makes her one of our favorite characters.
You never forget kids like Emily or Andy.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
I see Felix up there, getting patted on the back. People giving him pie and thanking him, and so happy to see him all the time. Sometimes I think, man, sure must be nice being the good guy.
Number 1, Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. This one is known as one of Disney's more serious movies, and Quasimodo is regarded as one of the most overlooked characters in Disney's repertoire. A deformed man forced into ringing the bells at the famed Notre Dame Cathedral, he longs to be outside mingling with other people. When we find out that the evil Frollo only adopted him because he killed Quasimodo's mother, we can't help but feel even more sorry for him.
When your heartless mother abandoned you as a child, anyone else would have drowned you. And this is my thanks for taking you in and raising you as my son.
It's a true testament to Quasi's strength of character, that he overcomes his abusive upbringing to show compassion and bravery to do what's right. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.